step, we saw how we can go ahead and sign into Gerrit and have our account enabled. So in this section, we're going to talk about how we can actually clone a Gerrit project, which is a tomato Trident project in this case, onto our local host for us to modify and then push back for review. So the first thing that we need to do, even going before to Gerrit, is to check to see if we have Ruby installed on our machine. Now, if you're using Mac like I am, uh, most Macs have Ruby installed by default. So just to make sure, if you do have Ruby, I just type in Ruby space dash V. Shows that, hey, yeah, I do have a Ruby instance installed, and it's version 1.8.7. So perfect. So I can now continue saying sudo gem install gerrit-cli. Now the reason why I need this uh, gem is because I want to. It's a couple of things. Number one is when you use the when you use the gem for cloning, it by default adds a hook into your Git repo for that project, so that when you're doing a push, it knows to put the change ID and everything inside the commit message, so that when it goes out to Gerrit, it's able to be tracked, and it's something that Gerrit understands. And the other thing I like it is because when I can distinguish between my Git and Gerrit. So anything that I'm doing locally is when I'm using Git. So if I do a Git commit, Git log, or Git pull, then I'm actually acting on it locally. While I know if I'm doing a Gerrit clone or a Gerrit push, that's actually working with my remote, and in this case, it's working with the Gerrit code review. So all right, so perfect. We got the gem installed, and now all I'm going to do is create a new directory. So let's create a directory called demo. Let's go inside of it. So let's go ahead and bring up the code review. So once again, going to GitHub tomato trident /docs. Easy way to go. And over here we have the URL for our code review system. We click on it. Now I need to sign in. I've already been signed into Google with my account, so it just does a single sign on, and I'm back on my code review. So on projects, list of projects, and the sample project. In this case, for my example, I'm going to use OC-API-slice. So I'm just going to click on that, and here we go. We are using the SSH, and do a copy to clipboard. And right here, if I do a paste, all I need to change is instead of Git, I need to just change this into Gerrit. And there you have it. It's Gerrit clone the URL to the repo. So do that, and as you can see, it also installs the commit message hook into the Git folder for that project. So now we have the project installed, cloned over to our localhost, and I can just list whatever is in there, and that's it. That's basically all it needs to get it onto your localhost. The important part of this is knowing to use the gerrit-cli gem, Ruby gem, and also after that, just using that in order to do your clone. Once you have that, in the next sessions, we'll go ahead and modify a file and then send that over for review and see how that whole entire process goes. All right, see you guys soon. Enjoy.